YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Eddie Scott, aka Sailor's Ebb, back with another one, man. Hey, let's get straight to it. As y'all see by the title of today's video, stay down till you come up. And I'm sure y'all have heard that phrase a lot, but it's so true. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk about why you need to stay down until you come up in this journey of life, whatever path that you're on. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be a business owner, if you want to be an athlete, you just want to be great in life, you got to stay down till you come up. Stay down, stay low key, stay in that dirt, stay in that mud. We live in a world today that has, I like to call it, a microwave culture. Microwave culture. What does that mean? You put something in a microwave, it usually takes an hour to bake or put in the oven. You put it in a microwave and you get it in 30 seconds. Our generation wants everything now. Social media, you see everything now. Fast food, you get everything now. The internet, you get everything now. And so everybody is conditioned to want things fast, right? Everybody wants the Lamborghini. Everybody wants the nice house. Everybody wants the money. And that's a whole nother conversation in and of itself, because where do those desires even come from? Those desires come from comparison, right? And I'm not saying it's bad to want a nice house or a nice car, but you got to check yourself and see, why do you want those things, right? Where do those desires even come from? 9 times out of 10, you want something in your life, something that consumes you. You got to say, oh, I want this Tesla, or oh, I want this designer bag, I want these shoes, because you saw somebody else with it. It's not because you really want it, it's because you saw somebody else with it, and you see that as a status symbol of where people can look at you and say, wow, he's got it going on, she's got it going on, because they have XYZ. So that's a whole nother conversation. But whatever you're going for in this life, you got to stay down until you come up, right? If you're going after a goal, let's say you want to build a business, it's not just going to pop off overnight, right? Society, social media will have you to think that you could just start something and it'll blow up just like that. But no, it takes time. It takes time to work on your craft. And even more importantly than working on your craft, yes, you have to develop the skills that are necessary. You have to develop the infrastructure that's necessary to get to the goal that you want. But more likely than not, you got to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself first. Personal development, self-improvement, whatever you want to call it, is the foundation of all success. There is nothing that can be achieved in this life without a strong mindset. I will even go to say that the level of success that you have in this life is directly correlated to your mindset. You cannot build a 6-figure business with a 5-figure mindset. You cannot become a college basketball player with a middle school basketball mindset. You see what I'm saying? You have to elevate your mind to the level of what you want. Even before you get to your goal, you have to get your mind there first before your body catches up. You have to be there first spiritually before you get there physically. Know what you want and then work every day. Consistency is the key to success. Excuse me. Consistency is the key to success. And this goes back to that microwave culture, because so many people, they say, oh, I want to make $1 million. And after the first month of them trying to be an entrepreneur and they haven't made any sales, they quit. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? But we're so conditional, get things super fast, that when they don't come fast, we just give up. And that's why it's so important to not just fall in love with the destination. Yes, you have to have the end goal in mind of what you want, but you got to be in love with the journey. Don't just trust the process, but enjoy the process. The destination is invisible for 99% of the journey. So, you better enjoy the journey while it's there. Because who knows how long you want to be in that journey? Who knows how long the season is going to last where you have to stay down? Who knows how long that time is going to be? So you better fall in love with the process, because if you don't, you're going to quit. If you don't love what you're doing, you're going to quit. You even have to find joy in the pain in the process, right? I think back to when I just finished up college, right? Being a college basketball player. My whole life working to become a college basketball player. Running suicides, sprints, being in the weight room, 2-hour lab workout, skill workout, right? The average person would hate it, right? Physically taxing, mentally taxing. It's painful. It hurts. You're going to be dehydrated. You got to wake up early morning, stay late nights, right? But that's something where I found over time through repetition, I found joy in the process. I got to the point where I enjoyed training for basketball more than I loved basketball itself. I loved practicing and training for the game more than I loved playing in the game itself. That's the point you got to get to in your life, where you enjoy the process just as much, if not more, than you want the end goal, the end destination. So, stay down until you come up. And another thing too with that, you don't need to tell everybody what you're doing. Say less and do more. You already know what it is. Say less, Ed. Say less, do more. We don't just say that. It's not just a clothing brand. Say less and do more. Stop telling people what you're doing. Why? Think of a good logical reason of why you feel the need to go on Snapchat and say, yo, I'm about to start this business. Why feel the need to go tell your sister or your uncle, hey, I want to make it to the NBA? 9 times out of 10, and this is all subconscious, but 9 times out of 10, when people tell other people their goals, they're doing it because they want validation. And studies show, scientific studies show, that when people tell other people what they're going to do, even before they even physically do it, when they tell people what they're going to do, there's a signal that goes off in your brain that releases the same chemicals, whether it's dopamine, I would have to study that, but the same chemicals in your brain are released when you tell people what you want to do. It's the same chemicals that are released when you actually do the thing. So if I tell somebody, if I go and tell my homie, yo, I'm gonna go buy this piece of real estate, and he's like, oh yeah, that's so lit, I feel you, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting the same emotional release by him validating me as if I actually accomplished the task of buying that real estate. And so that's why so many people get stuck, because they feel good talking about what they want to do. They feel good trying to get other people to validate what they're doing, having a lot of yes men around them. And that's a whole nother discussion. You got to have people around you that are going to look at you and say, yo, buddy, you're not doing enough. You're not doing this right. Or you should look at it this way, right? If you just have people around you that are yes men, that are just validating you, making you feel good, you're not going to go anywhere in life. Stay down until you come up. Work in silence. Let your results do the talking. They don't need to know. When I started Sayless Lifestyle, I started in May 2022. No, excuse me, not 2022. March 2020. March 2020. It wasn't until August, right? So that was during the pandemic, right? I was at home after my freshman year of college. Went home in March after we all got sent back for spring break, right? We was in quarantine. I started working on a brand with my cousin Sayless Trent, grinding. It wasn't until August of 2020, so March, April, May, June, July, basically 4 or 5 months later, that I went back to campus and people were like, oh shoot, like this is your brand. You just gotta put in the work. I didn't tell anybody that I was starting a clothing brand. I didn't ask somebody if they thought it was a good idea. I just did it. I didn't need my friends' validation to do it. I didn't need to ask my family if they thought it was a good idea. Not saying you need to be disrespectful, right? But you just got to take action. Even if you end up failing, you're failing forward. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Anybody that's been successful in his life has failed numerous times before they got to what they want. The average entrepreneur has 3 failed businesses before they get that one business that changes their life. Stay down till you come up. Find validation in the process. Your validation doesn't come from other people. Your validation doesn't come from social media likes or followers. Your validation comes from God and yourself. So put in that work every single day. Be committed to the end goal, but be flexible in the journey, because plans may change, but the purpose remains permanent. Know your reason why you're doing what you're doing, and get to that action every day. I love y'all. Let's be great. Let's go.